How's it going, YouTube? T Solo here. Here at the Pig and Palm again here in Cebu. It's my last day in the Philippines. I'll be flying out tonight. Enjoying one last goodbye meal here at the Pig and Palm. Let me show you. Here at the Pig and Palm. Having some shrimp skewers. Oh, here come the sliders. All right. And I got a salmon dish coming. I'm just going to kind of pig out and then get on my purpose and my workout as soon as I make it back to California. So these are seaweed chips. And you put it in a little, they give you a little mayonnaise, cream sauce. Man, that's good. Anyway, I'll be getting to the airport in about 5 hours. Fly out to Korea and then fly back home. Hopefully, I'll have some family members waiting on me to pick me up. All right, guys. I'll do a last little breakdown once I make it back into California and give you just a full-on synopsis of my trip. Oh, here come the. Hey, what is this called again?
Squid ink croquettes.
The squid ink croquettes. These are just to die for. Again, this is the Pig and Palm here in Cebu. Delicious. Everything here is delicious. I haven't had one bad item. Okay, guys, I'll check back with you. I'm sorry, guys. I had to check back in real quick. I had to focus in on those sliders. They are a thing of beauty. What's that? Oh, that's the roasted salmon fillet. I had to check back in. Is it possible to get a refill on a little bit more? Glass of red. Look at that, guys. That is a thing of beauty. Roasted salmon. Again, this is the Pig and Palm here in Cebu, Philippines. All right, guys, check back with you. How's it going, YouTubers? This is T Solo, heading back to America after a pretty nice time in the Philippines. I'm in the Cebu airport. It's kind of known for its architecture. I think I said this in a previous vlog, but let me show you. So this is the Cebu, Philippines airport. Very unique. A lot of wood. Very attractive airport, actually. Very clean. Very modern. So, yeah, the Cebu airport, in my opinion, is much nicer than the one in Manila, but no one pays me to think, so, you know. But it's a very attractive airport as far as airports go. Yep, so I'm on my way back to the United States. Yeah, where a gunman just killed 10 black people, so hooray. Hooray. But anyway, that is where I make my money, so hopefully I can get back home, get back to work, and make some more money and get back over here. How's it going, YouTube? This is T Solo. Man, just busted my mask. Yeah, I'm here in South Korea, on my way back to the United States of America, and stopped to have a little, well, it's a layover, and I'm about to have a little breakfast, but it looks more like lunch. Here's the place. Let me show it to you. So here I am in South Korea, about to have some, I'm not really sure what it's called, guys. Sanso, I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff, seafood and some meat. I'll show it to you when it arrives. Let me turn my camera. Let me show it. I'll show you the food when it arrives. You got a beeper system. Nice airport here. Nice airport here in South Korea. Incheon, I think it's called. They're in South Korea, and really nice. I'm gonna try the food out, see how it tastes. Yeah, really time for some self-reflection. Anytime you're returning back home, there's a certain sense of sadness, or I guess anytime you're getting off a vacation type of feel, there's always a sense of having to return back to the rat race, having to return back to reality. That's never pleasant. And also, if you're leaving a place where life was a bit simpler, or at the least a lot less expensive, it's also a letdown to go back to some place that is just so tremendously expensive, as California truly is. I mean, I went to a little bit before I left to come to the Philippines. I went to the grocery store and to purchase a package of chicken wings. They were $19. $19 for one pack. It was a large pack, the full size, large pack of chicken wings. $19, man. $19. Now, I know some could say, well, you don't have to eat chicken wings, eat something else. But that's just an indicator of, with that $6 gas, a gallon gas, it's a lot. Now, I'll give a true breakdown a little later once I make it back home of my full impressions of the Philippines. There's good and bad. There is a lot of I'll give a full breakdown. America has a lot going for it, as we all know. I mean, there's a reason why everyone wants to come there. It has a lot going for it, especially if you're trying to get started. You're trying to get a leg up, you're trying to get your career going, or you're trying to get a better life, you're trying to move up. Then yeah, it's hard to do that anywhere else, outside of Western countries. Here's my food. But in terms of just peace of mind and cost of living, America's rough. But anyway, let me get my food and I'll check back in. So guys, here's the meal that I got here at this restaurant in South Korea. It cost $13,000 of whatever their money is called, which that could be $13 or 13 million. I have absolutely no idea. So I hope it doesn't damage me too much, but it looks pretty decent. Let's see, got some seafood. I guess that's tofu, I don't know. Then you got got your meat here and it's sizzling and going on. So kimchi and of course the rice. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna eat this and check back if I got anything else to report. Guys, I don't want to blame everything on racism, and it might be other explanations for why certain things are. But I'll be honest with you, I'm here in South Korea, by the way, and sometimes these, it's not just the girls, it's everybody. They're kind of standoffish. mean, I don't even know what to make of it. I don't know if it's a standoffish thing or you're just a foreigner. Do they treat all foreigners that way? Is it just blacks? Obviously, I'm black, so I don't know what the experience of someone white would be. So I hate to just label it all racism, but they're completely standoffish. I mean, it's the exact same way they act in the United States. We all know how that is. And it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of sad because a lot of them are very pretty. You know, very, very attractive, really fit, or, I mean, borderline skinny. But as I get older, I begin to appreciate someone who is not fat. I've I went from liking a thick girl, growing up, to liking almost no fat at all. To be honest, I can't stand it anymore. So it's kind of sad because they are very attractive women. Some of them, not all of them. It's not like Colombia, but a lot of them are very, very cute. So anyway, that's just one thing I noticed, that they are very standoffish here in South Korea, but even in the Philippines, it was kind of the same way. They weren't very super social. To be honest, it was a drop better, but not much. Pretty much the same, to be honest. And I went all over. I went into the stores, I went into the malls, and it was just the same kind of robotic, hi, take your order, okay, bye, hurry up, not hurry up. They didn't say hurry up. They were polite, but it was I want nothing more to do with you other than what I need to. So but again, I don't know what to attribute that to because I don't know the culture that well. But anyway, just a thought. This is how they're doing it in Korea, folks. They got a robot telling us to use face masks.
I'll show you what amenities you can have before leave. 탑승 상황 확인하시고 늦지 않게 수입도 이동하세요. Flights on the screen are now on boarding. Please be hurried.
Letting you know which flights are now boarding. What not?
Wow, you look great today. 함께 체크하실 시간이 줄까요? 제가 어떤 표정으로 찍을지 좋아요. 30초 동안 사랑해.
We have to get it together, America. We have to catch up. How's it going, YouTube? Hey, I'm back from the Philippines. So I wanted to give a little final breakdown on just my thoughts on the trip and the Philippines. Number one, overall, I very much enjoyed my trip. It was definitely worth it. I would definitely advise you fellas to get your passports, check it out. Now, I want to say that personally, my reasons for going to the Philippines was more of a scouting mission. I wanted to see if I could live there. It wasn't really to go find women. It wasn't really to check out the nightlife. It was mainly to check out the towns, check out the city, see what I thought about, the infrastructure, to see if I could actually live there. So I will say that it is a third world country in the sense that there are some places that we would consider to be run down. And strangely enough, you will have places that are really nice, homes or condos that are really nice in the same vicinity as some, as homes that we would consider to be run down. And I'm not even sure if the homes are really run down inside. I just know that they'll have a tin roof, and for us, we'll look at that as run down. So I didn't notice too many infrastructure problems. I was, though, however, in BGC half the time, which is like the Beverly Hills of the Philippines, as I've stated before. And then I was in Cebu, which is also a rather modern city, and I was in nicer condos. So I personally didn't notice too much infrastructure issues. When I would travel, though, around town, I did notice like a lack of air conditioning. So for instance, like you'll go into the mall expecting it to be like super cool, and it's decent. You can tell they've got the air conditioning on, but it feels like it's struggling, like you're still hot. You're still hot. And so I found that to be unpleasant. If you go into an office building, the office you're going into will be air conditioned, but if you go into the hallway or the elevator, it's not. And I just thought, why would a country that's kind of it's hot, it's a hot nation, like why would you spare air conditioning? That would be like living in Vegas and there's places with no air conditioning. It's impossible. Now it's not as hot as Vegas. It's more of a humidity thing, but it's hot, guys. It's hot. So if you're from California or a hot area, I don't think it's quite as bad. I'm from California, so I'm used to the heat. But yeah, it is hot. It's hot. So that was one issue. I thought the food was okay. They eat a lot of fried foods. It was okay. One thing I did like about the Philippines is they had a lot of Western styled restaurants. So even if you don't like lechon or oh shoot, I can't even think of the names now. I'm so tired. But even if you don't like the traditional adobo or Filipino dishes, they have American style restaurants that's going to serve pork chops, pizza, steaks, everything you could want in an American restaurant. And even if it's what we would consider to be a nice restaurant, it's still going to be the price of Applebee's. Now they do have in BGC, they do have Ruth's Chris and a few others that are regular price. They'll blow you back. But especially in Cebu, if you go to the local nice restaurants, the local 4- and 5-star restaurants, they're delicious, and it's Applebee's prices. So for, they might have one dish on there that might be $50, and that'll be something so big that two people, like the big steak, it might be $50 or $60, and that'll be enough for two. Outside of that, it's going to be $9, $10. I'm talking salmon, chicken, really good product. The people are friendly. They're helpful. The men seem cool. I didn't, I had some kids shout some racial things while I was walking down the street one area, but for the most part, I didn't notice a great deal of racism. I will say they love light skin. Now, that's not to say that they won't date black guys. I saw a lot of black guys. Well, I don't say a lot, but several black guys with their Filipinas. Their Filipinas were mostly cute. I wouldn't say they were, gorgeous or anything, but they were cute. And, so it wasn't so much that there was like racism, but they do like white skin, at least for themselves, especially the women. Speaking of the women, they do tend to be shy and standoffish. I think that's kind of just an Asian thing. I can't even begin to pretend like I know their cultural reasons, but they do tend to be shy and standoffish, though if you have reason to talk to them or if you get them going, they do engage, and I would say that it is possible to find who or what you're looking for once you come to the Philippines. Particularly because the cost of living is so low, be it food, home, apartment. You are rich. I don't I don't like to throw the word rich around, the rich word around, but you're doing very well. You're doing very well, and obviously that helps with attracting. That helps with attraction. I'm not one of these people who feel like it's wrong for a girl to factor in, your income when she's deciding if she wants to be with you. She's supposed to. Only a girl that's a fool could care less what you do and what you bring to the table. So that doesn't bother me at all. The ladies are really cute. Nothing is like Colombia, and I've never been to Dominican Republic or Brazil, so I can't say, but they are attractive. Let's see. They have the places, the apartments that are nice, that they have that are considered nice. They're very nice. Guards, intercom, people come up and do your laundry, take your laundry, fold it. It was really nice. So I personally, overall, could see myself living in the Philippines simply because your standard of living, particularly if you have like retirement income, some sort of passive income, or you work remotely, your standard of living is going to increase by 3 levels at least. So you go from being a garbage man to a supervising nurse in income, in level of life. And I don't even know what a garbage man makes, but you get my point. Working behind the counter at 7-Eleven, non-owner, to nurse supervisor level of life. So there are certain things that are cost the same. A BMW costs what a BMW costs, no matter where you're at. A Louis Vuitton costs what a Louis Vuitton costs, no matter where you're at. But in terms of rent, some bills are similar, like electricity bills are probably not going to be much of a difference in the United States. But in terms of your rent, you can rent for $200 a month, less than that. But those are more, traditional dwellings in areas that I don't necessarily recommend. I don't begrudge what other people are doing when they come to the Philippines and they go live in the province or with the locals. I don't begrudge that. They've got their reasons for doing that. Personally, living and being in a third world country is risky enough without me also finding the ghetto area to move to. So I'm not coming to a country where I'm supposed to enjoy a higher income to live poor. And I don't begrudge what people do in terms of what they have to do for their finances or their well-being. But for me, I'm trying to find the closest thing to Beverly Hills as I can wherever I go. I'm trying to find a Beverly Hills lifestyle on Bakersfield prices. That's what I'm trying to do. So if I move to the Philippines, I'm going to probably try to stay in one of the top 3 nicest condos. And as I'm sure you guys already know, in the Philippines, Americans can only own condos. Not saying you have to own. Now, you can rent homes. You can rent beautiful homes. But if you want to own something, which, I'm kind of used to owning. So, You know, why not own it? So, but we can only own the condos. So get yourself a condo. There's lots of them. You don't have to find the Ritz-Carlton. They don't have a Ritz, but you know, you don't have to find the nicest one. You know, they're all well, you know, good amenities. But I'm just saying for myself, I'm going to try to stay at the nicest place I can possibly afford and still realize the savings. So to me, if my rent in the Philippines is $1,000 a month, come on, man, my mortgage is $2,700 a month. You know what I mean? So if I can pay $1,000, come on, I'm winning. I feel that feels almost free to me. So, but you know, everyone has their journey. So again, I'm not bad mouthing anyone for moving, you know, places that are less expensive or more in the poorer part of town or what have you. People have to do what they have to do. But number one, you know, you're not going to know anyone. Everyone's going to know, especially if you're black or white, everyone's going to know you're an American. So they're going to figure you have some money. So you kind of become a target. That's why I feel like, and no, I didn't notice any funny business, but I'm just saying, I'm just being rational. People know you're a target. People know you're American. They know you have money. So that automatically puts a target on your back a little bit. So yeah, I want to live in a gated community. You know, once you get past 50 and you're black, you might die from a heart attack or stroke at any moment. So I need to be close to a hospital. I need to be close to a nice hospital. You know, we have high blood pressure, these different type of issues. You know, I feel fine right now, but, you know, I still want to be, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tippity top from a nice hospital, from the best hospital in that area, the best. So, you know, for me, the choice almost decides itself. You know, I need to live in town. And if I'm going to live in town, then I'm going to live someplace, you know, centralized in a nice part of the downtown or the business district. So that's why I choose to do that. But yeah, again, things are so cheap, like Long Island iced teas are $3. I mean, if you're here, I mean, again, I wasn't girl hunting, but fellas, and I know there's a in the black community, we have a simp trick aversion. I get it. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be thought of as a simp or a trick. I get it. But things are so cheap here in terms of food, drink, the stuff that we would be spending hundreds of dollars on a date or a night out are so cheap that there's just no way you're not going to be the man. You're just going to be the man. I don't know how else to put it. You may look at a table of women, it might be 4 or 5 girls there, and you say, hey, bartender, buy all these girls a drink. Buy them all a drink. Man, it's 17. It might come to $17, man. You know, about 5 girls a drink, it's $17. I mean, your ability to move, your ability to do what you got to do is so potent when you're not broke, man. When you when you got that extra resource, man, it's amazing. Also, it's not so much how much you make, it's how little everyone else makes. I do believe, and I hope I'm not exact. I'm gonna go a little higher. I think the average wage is about $500 a month in the Philippines, and I don't think it's that high. But I'm trying not to over exaggerate. So if you make, you know, $2,000 a month, you know, I mean, it's the same degree of distance between you in America and a general practitioner doctor.
I mean, and if you make 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, you can figure out the math. You're almost impossible if you just take moderate good care of yourself. You're impossible to turn down. You are a life-changing event in someone's mind when you step to them. Now, yes, there might be people who just think you're hideous. There may be people who their mothers, if they bring home someone black, they'll chase them out of town. Those people exist. But I'm talking about on average, and I'm talking about on average in comparison to what we're used to in the United States. You know as I do, guys, unless you are, I don't know, Trey Songz-ish, you are probably successful at approaching a woman 15% of the time. Stop lying. Stop lying. 15% of the time, if you've got skill. Mad skill, 25% of the time with charisma. 25% of the girls you approach, you get a usable, verifiable number. I promise you here, well, I'm in California now, but in the Philippines, you're probably at about 50% on average. On average. Let's say 40. Let's say 40. I noticed that just going to eat or going to Starbucks, just the extra high or the hello, it's I don't really know what they're thinking. I mean, I don't know if they're thinking, hey, this is an American. But if I was a girl, I know I would be. I'd be thinking, dang, whoa. I can, we can do some things. I can do some things. They have to be thinking that because it's just true. So I just said all that to say, guys, don't worry about it. Stay at the gym. I have to tell myself I ate like a werewolf in the Philippines, man. 2 and 3 dinners. I ate like a black hobbit. Triple dinners, 11 C's, supper, and yeah, I ate it all, man. So, I have to really get back on the journey, man. I've really been slipping, but keep yourself right. Yeah, come on over, man. I know, now I'm back in the United States. It feels like, crap, man, damn. There is a feeling of, man, it's tough. And you know what? It's not that America's tough. It's just, it's so easy elsewhere. It makes you feel like, okay, yeah, I can do what I got to do here. I'm moderately, I have a better than average income. I've always had a cute girlfriend, or, my wife was cute. I mean, I've always, I've never, struggled in that department, but there's extra work and length of time that needs to be taken here that it just doesn't in places like Colombia or the Philippines. And you begin to wonder why do I have to take 3 months to convince this girl to go out with me, from work, and she's not going to bring any more to the table than the girl in the Philippines who said yes immediately. No, there is a difference. I can understand why fellas kind of want to just go see what else is out there. And I'm telling you, when your mind doesn't have to worry about money, and again, I have a decent income, but when you get a taste of what it's like to be, I want to stop short of saying rich, but well-to-do, when you're well-to-do, and money's not everything, I know, man, but wow, man, you know, I would order, they have a service called Grab. It's basically Uber Eats. I would order from their 5-star restaurant. Hey, I want some squid ink croquettes and a salmon, plank of salmon. It's $13. The delivery fee is 90 cents. 90 cents. They're dealing in cents. The delivery fee for Uber Eats, guys, you know, it's as much as the meal. It's as much as the meal over there would be the delivery fee here. It's crazy. So that makes life smooth. And when you do decide, hey, I am going to spend $1,000 a month, or I am going to get that Airbnb that's $79 a night. The accommodations are, again, it's like, you know, it's top notch. You're in top notch accommodations, and you're being treated like a royal. Hey, sir. Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, get your bag. You're pushing the intercom. Hey, can you have a cab waiting on me downstairs? Yeah, no problem. Come out there, your cab is. I mean, you're getting Park Avenue style treatment for what would be the Nickerson Garden Project's prices here. So anyway, guys, I really enjoyed my time in the Philippines. I recommend it. You gotta go. Everything you're hearing is true. You won't be sorry. You just won't be sorry. You won't be sorry. It's a place where I could clearly see myself living, to be honest. So, all right, I will hit you guys back up when I do some more traveling. You know, hit the like button, subscribe, share, and so on and so forth. Appreciate it. All right, guys.